Investigators are trying to determine the cause of a plane crash. Teenage actor Hudson Meek has died. And a stressed delivery driver ditched 80 packages before Christmas. That's some of what we'll get to on The 7 from The Washington Post. I'm Rennie Smirnovsky in for Hannah Jewell. It's Friday, December 27th. Let's get you caught up with today's 7 stories. Number 1. Israel struck multiple targets across Yemen yesterday. One target was the country's largest airport in the capital city of Sana'a. The airport was hit just as the head of the World Health Organization was about to board a flight there. Tedros Adhanom Ghebreyesus was unharmed, but the attack killed at least 3 people at the airport. Overall, at least 6 people were killed and 40 injured in the Israeli strikes on infrastructure in Yemen yesterday. And sirens sounded across Israel this morning as a missile sent from Yemen was intercepted. United Nations Chief Antonio Guterres has called on Israel and militants in Yemen to cease their military actions and use restraint. Low-income voters hope Donald Trump doesn't slash their benefits. That's number 2. In last month's presidential election, 50% of voters from families with an income of less than $50,000 a year cast their ballots for Trump. That's compared with 48% for Vice President Kamala Harris. Now, low-income Americans who voted for Trump say they are counting on him to keep their benefits intact. But that might be tricky. Trump's advisors are calling on him to make big cuts to federal spending. Elon Musk and Vivek Ramaswamy have said they want to trim $2 trillion from the government's annual budget as part of their DOGE group. Some experts say that could only happen by slashing entitlement programs. The Post spoke with residents in the Pennsylvania city of Newcastle, where more than 1 in 4 residents live in poverty. Trump was the first Republican presidential candidate to win there in nearly 70 years. You can read what they had to say in our newsletter. As usual, just follow the link in our show notes. Number 3. Authorities are investigating the cause of a deadly Azerbaijan Airlines crash. On Wednesday, a plane crashed in Kazakhstan, killing at least 38 of the 67 people on board. The flight was en route from the Azerbaijani capital of Baku to Grozny, in Russia's southern region of Chechnya. But it diverted and attempted an emergency landing in the Kazakh city of Akto, some 270 miles from its initial destination on the other side of the Caspian Sea. Azerbaijan, Russia, and Kazakhstan have all launched criminal investigations into the crash. And there have been conflicting reports as to what caused the plane to divert. Russian officials cited bad weather and a collision with birds as possible causes. But some have reported that Azerbaijan's preliminary findings were that Russian air defenses had caused the crash. Azerbaijan has made no official confirmation of those reports. More heavy rain, strong winds, and dangerous surf are expected out west. That's number 4. Western states have been hit by a barrage of storms in recent weeks. On Tuesday, I told you about the damage in Santa Cruz, California, where heavy waves caused the partial collapse of a pier. Now there's more wild weather on the way. An atmospheric river will bring downpours, heavy mountain snow, and strong winds to the Pacific Northwest and Intermountain West through the weekend. But there is some light at the end of the tunnel. After a stormy weekend, the barrage of systems is forecast to end as the atmospheric river weakens. Tuesday looks to be a rare, mostly dry day across the region. It has been a stronger than expected holiday season for retail. That's number 5. Between November 1st and December 24th, U.S. retail sales rose 3.8% compared with the same period last year. Online shopping drove the increase, rising 6.7%. This is all according to MasterCard, which measures sales in-store and online across various forms of payment. One expert said that wealthier consumers this holiday season invested in durable goods, such as home appliances and furniture, as well as electronics such as cell phones and computers. That could be a sign that they're bracing for Donald Trump's promised tariffs. Jewelry was another bright spot. Sales increased 4%, roaring back from the 2% decline they experienced during last year's holiday season. Number 6. Baby Driver actor Hudson Meek has died at 16. Meek played the younger version of Ansel Elgort's character in the 2017 action movie. He also starred in the 2015 Christian film 90 Minutes in Heaven, and he had more movie and TV projects set to be released next year. Officials said the teenager died Saturday after falling out of a moving vehicle in Alabama. Meek was in Vestavia Hills, a suburb of Birmingham, when he suffered blunt force injuries from his fall. In an obituary, the teen's family described him as, quote, a vibrant and dynamic person who lived life to the fullest. Number 7. A stressed Amazon driver ditched 80 packages in the woods. On Sunday, a police officer in southeastern Massachusetts was on a 2 a.m. patrol when he spotted 3 large Amazon totes spread out in the woods.
Can you put me out at Warren Trask? Got like a bunch of, looks like undelivered Amazon bundles here.
He had the parcels loaded into a pickup truck, taken to the station to be inventoried, and then sent to a nearby Amazon distribution center for redelivery. We should note here that Amazon founder Jeff Bezos owns the Washington Post. Police were still trying to figure out where the items had come from when an overwhelmed delivery driver visited the department. They said they'd left the packages on the side of the road on Saturday because they were stressed. The packages still made it to their destinations on time before Christmas, according to an Amazon spokesperson. As for the driver, police said that it was an Amazon Human Resources matter, not a criminal one. That's the show for the week. The assistant producer of The Seven is Taylor White. The staff writers are Jamie Ross and Hannah Jewell. John Taylor is our editor. Additional editing by Christina Quinn. Copy editing by Thomas Haliba. Mixing and sound design is by Jim Briggs and Justin Garish. Our theme music is by Edith Mudge. Renita Jablonski is our director of audio. I'm Renee Smirnovsky. Thank you for listening and have a great weekend. We'll meet you back here on Monday.
I'm Fennet Narapil, and I'm a health reporter for The Washington Post. My job is to cover public health, and that means I'm writing about infectious disease threats like COVID, Mpox, and bird flu, and I'm also holding the federal government and state government officials accountable for how they respond to these disease threats. So when we write about public health issues, we want to serve our readers by going deep into the science and by making sure that what they're reading is authoritative information that's been vetted by experts and written by people who've covered these issues for years. We want to empower people to live their best lives and to protect themselves and their loved ones. And that's what subscriber-supported work does, is that it gives me the time and resources to really spend on a story. When you subscribe to The Washington Post, you support this kind of journalism and the people behind it. I'm Fennet Narapil, and I'm one of the people behind the Post.